Hello viewers, this is Too here. In today's video I will show you this brand new 4-camera security system I just finished installing. Now this one I have here is from the company Reolink, and this system comes with 4 PoE cameras with night vision and an NVR network video recorder with an internal 2TB hard drive. So this system records 24/7 non-stop. But let me start by unboxing the Reolink security system and how you go about installing it. This one I have here is from the company Reolink. Now Reolink have been making security systems for quite a while now, and they have many different products including wireless security cameras, indoor smart home cameras, wireless security cameras with NVR or network video recorder, and also wired PoE cameras with NVR. PoE is power over Ethernet, so the only cable you need to run to the camera is one single Ethernet cable. And this box you're looking at right now is the 4 PoE camera with the NVR. Looking at the side of the box, it gives you some information about the security system. Now the model number on this kit is RLK8-410B4. And this is an 8-channel 4-megapixel PoE camera system. So the NVR, which is the video recorder, can support up to 8 security cameras. Now this kit only has 4, but you can add additional cameras if you want. Everything's plug and play. Inside the NVR is a pre-installed 2TB hard drive. This system supports remote viewing using your mobile device. The NVR also has a HDMI and VGA output, so you can connect a computer monitor or a TV to it. So let me unbox this and I'll show you what comes with this kit. Inside we have 2 boxes. Here's the NVR. HDMI cable, mouse, power supply, Ethernet cable. Here's the second box. Security stickers, Ethernet cable. And we have 4 of these for the 4 cameras. Now this Ethernet cable is 18 meters long or 59 feet. Here we have the security camera. These are the mounting hardware. It also comes with additional RJ45 connectors. Here's a look at everything you get with this system. Let's take a closer look at one of these security cameras. This one I have here is the model RLC-410. This camera is waterproof, so you can install this both indoor and outdoor. The overall construction is all metal, including the base right here. Looking at the front, in the middle is the camera. This is a 4-megapixel camera that records in 1440p, giving you a much higher resolution than the regular 1080p or 720p. Surrounding the camera are 36 infrared LEDs for night vision. With these LEDs, is able to have clear night vision for up to 100 feet. At the bottom here is a photocell that will detect whether it's daytime or nighttime to switch on and off the infrared LED. Looking at the bottom, we have the single cable coming out. At the end of this cable, we have 3 plugs. This big one here is for the Ethernet cable. Next one is the reset switch. And this is the power plug. Now if you're using power over Ethernet, you do not need to connect the power plug. So after you install this base onto the wall, there are some adjustments you can make on this camera. We have 3 set screws right here. This one will allow you to rotate the camera in this direction. This screw here will allow you to adjust the angle this way. And this set screw will allow you to rotate the camera in this direction. Now let's have a look at the NVR box. Here's a look at the front. We have a USB port over here, power LED, hard drive LED, play pause button, all button, menu, select, up, down, right, and left navigation. Looking at the back of the unit, we have the 48 volt DC input, audio out, USB port, that's where you connect your mouse, HDMI video out, VGA video out, LAN for connecting this device to your router, eSATA. With eSATA, you can connect an external hard drive to expand the storage space. Over here on the right side, we have 8 Ethernet ports. This is where you connect your security cameras. So let's go and install the security cameras outside the house, and then I'll run all the Ethernet cables back into the house to this NVR device. Looking at the front of my house, I'll be installing one camera on the left corner over there, and I'll be installing a second camera at the top right corner over there. Here I have the Cat 5 cable running up into the eave, and then from there it goes into the attic. I've gone ahead and loosened the adjustment screws right here so I can move this around, and that'll allow me to get access to these 3 screws and tighten it. So here's the first camera we're looking at. It's pointing down. I'm gonna go ahead and adjust this. Here's a look at the camera after adjustment. The cable comes out here, around to the side. At the end of the cable, it goes to this connector with the RJ45 cable connected, and that's the only connection you need for this camera. Here's a look at the first camera after it's been adjusted. I've set up my ladder to install the second camera, and for the Ethernet Cat 5 cable, on one end, I have it taped to a fiberglass fishing rod. With the Cat 5 cable taped to the rod, I'm going to push it into the attic all the way in as far as I can. So here I've just mounted the camera under the eave. I've poked a hole here. I'm fishing this Cat 5 cable into this hole right now. I'll go in the attic and grab it. And by the way, here's a view from the top. I'm here in the attic at the very corner of the house. There's the fishing rod with the Cat 5 cable. Here's a look at the camera installed on the right side of the house. And here's a look at the camera on the left side. And with these 2 cameras, I have full coverage of the traffic in front of the house. For the third camera, I ran a Cat 5 cable along the side of the house all the way down along the side and buried that cable. And it goes into this pipe that you see right here, and it goes into the garage. Here's the Cat 5 cable I ran into the garage, and it's connected to this security camera. As you can see, this cable is blue, not the gray one that came with the system, because the original one is 60 feet, and this run I have here is about 90 feet, so I had to run my own cable. Now this security camera points to the 2 garage doors, so I can see whether they're open or closed, and also track if anybody comes in. So I'm here back in my attic, and in that corner over here is the back of the house. Here I'm going to run a Cat 5 Ethernet cable all the way to the first floor, and that's for my indoor camera. So I've gone ahead and fished a gray Ethernet cable down to this hole right here, and that's running along with the coax cable that you see, and all these cables are going to the first floor of the house. Here you're looking at the corner of the room, and I have the Cat 5 cable coming out of this hole. I'll be installing the camera directly over this hole, so all the wire is going to be inside the wall. Here's a look at the camera that's installed inside the house. In my closet here, there's a big open space right here. Right above the space is the opening for the stairway to go up to the attic. So it's very convenient for me to get up there and run the wire that I need. I'm going to drop it onto this wall. I'll start off with putting the NVR and a monitor in this space right here. But eventually I'm going to move all the home networking equipment onto this wall, including a patch panel, a switch, the router, cable modem, and a UPS. The first thing I'll need to do is install this low voltage recessed cable plate, and this will allow me to bring all the cables into the room. With this wall plate, there are 2 swing arms on either side. So all you have to do is place this into the hole and screw it tight, and then the swing arm will come out and clamp onto the drywall. Here's a look from the attic. Those 4 Ethernet cables are the cables going to the cameras. So I fed the 4 Ethernet cables for the cameras into this closet. So here's the TV mount that I picked up for the monitor. And inside the box have all the metal brackets that we'll need to install the monitor onto the wall. Here I have the wall bracket installed. Now we can hang the monitor onto this bracket. Let me show you the connections I've made to the back of the NVR box. On the far left is the power connector to power the unit up. Next to it, this USB is connected to the mouse. Over here is a VGA video output port. Next to a VGA port is the LAN connection that connects to my router for internet access. On the far right here are the 4 cables for the 4 cameras that I installed. Here's a look at the finished install. Now I'm going to go over how you can access a live video and also play back the recorded video. There are 3 ways you can do this. First is using the monitor that's connected to the NVR box, like we're looking at here. Now if your NVR box is connected to your router for internet access, then you can access this live view and record a video using your mobile app and also your PC. But let's first talk about navigating through the user interface that you see right here. Right now you're looking at the live view of the 4 cameras. It's nighttime, so that's why the picture is black and white, because the night vision is turned on right now. Now if you double click on any one of these images, then it'll go to full screen. In full screen at the bottom, there are a couple of menu items that opens up. You can select playback. Here you can select the channel that you want to play back, also the start time and end time that you want to play back. Next we can zoom in, zoom out. You can adjust the image setting, brightness, contrast, saturation, hue, and sharpen. There's channel setting. Here you can change the camera name, and you can choose to display camera name and record dates. Now if you want to go back to the previous view so you can see the 4 cameras, right mouse click on it, and then you select one of these icons, 4 screen right here. Now we're back to the previous view. On the bottom left hand corner we have the home menu. If you open this up, on the left side it shows you the menu item that you're looking at. First item is IP channel, so it shows you the 4 camera with the IP address that's assigned. Next is display that we saw earlier. You can change the camera name. Next is recording. On this screen it tells you the resolution that's recording at. You also have the option to schedule recording if you want to schedule recording instead of having it record 24/7. Next menu, search. This will allow you to play back the video similar to what we saw earlier. Select the channel. You can select more than one if you want to, and then specify start time and end time to play back the video. So I've gone ahead and selected May 22nd at 10 a.m. That's the start time. The end time is May 22nd, 11:59 a.m. Now we can press play. And right now it's playing the time frame that we specified. You can also scroll through this event. And when you're done, select exit. So that was playing back the video with a specified start and end time. If you go over to events, you can actually select any event that was detected. In this case, we're detecting motion. And again, I'm going to select a time frame, a start time and end time. Let's go back to 22. Let's go to 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. And now I'm going to do a search. It's going to search for any recording that has motion detection. And here are all the events. You can select how many cameras you want to look at. Here I'm going to choose 1 and 2. Okay. Now at the bottom timeline, you'll see a red section. The red section is when the motion was detected. And there you just saw a car pass by. And when you're done, click exit. Next one is device. And this will show you the hard drive that's installed. If you go to Smart tab here, this will show you the health of the hard drive. Next item, system. This will allow you to set the language, the time, and also allow you to configure additional user. The last item is shutdown. Here you can do a lock, shutdown, or reboot the system. Now I should mention that by default, this NVR box will automatically reboot every Sunday night. According to the manufacturer, they recommend that the box be rebooted once a week, so the box will run properly and you don't have any issue with the recording. If you go to maintenance, here is the enable auto reboot. You can specify the time. If you don't like the default, Sunday, 2 a.m. reboot time. And when you're done, you can close this. Now Reolink has an app for both Android and Apple devices. On my Android device, I went to Play Store and searched for Reolink, and here's the app. Go ahead and install it. After installation, open up the app, press on the plus sign right here to add a new device. Next, it will ask you to scan the QR code on the NVR, and it's found at the corner of the device. Once it finds a device, you need to log in using the admin password. After login, you can see each camera. You can play it. So that's a live streaming from the camera. If you scroll over, that's the camera number 2. Next one, camera number 3. And camera number 4. Now if you want to see multiple cameras at the same time, press this icon right here. Now I have 4 cameras showing, and I can press play on each one. Now if you want to check the playback, at the bottom there's a playback button. Press that. Now you can select the dates. At the bottom is a timeline. You can scroll to a different time and then press play. After you install the camera and the NVR system, I recommend that you go to Reolink.com website and go to their support page. Here you can go to software and manual download. You can download the client software for the PC and also for the Mac. On the right side here, you can also download the quick start guide for the NVR, user manual for the NVR. Now I've already downloaded the Reolink client software and installed it onto my PC, and let me show you that right now. Here we're looking at the Reolink client software on my PC, and right now you're looking at the live view with the 4 cameras. Now if this is your first time setting this up, your NVR device will show up automatically as long as it's connected to your local area network. The only thing you'll need to do is go to the device list on the far right side at the top. You see this NVR. Click on the settings, and then you can enter the password. Once you enter the password, then it'll say login success, and your live view will show up. It's that simple. Now in this live view, if I double click on any one of these cameras, it'll go to full screen. I can go back to the previous view by selecting the icon at the bottom here. Now if you want to name any of the cameras, all you have to do is select the camera at the top right hand side and then go down to basic settings, and here I can enter the name. Select OK, and now the name is set. If you want to play back the recorded video, next to the live view button, you have the playback button at the top. Click on that. You can drag and drop the channel or the camera into the screen. So that's camera 1, camera 2, and then at the bottom right hand side you have the calendar. You can specify the month and the day. Right below the main screen you have this timeline, which you can place your mouse cursor on this timeline and select it. Now you can press the play button at the bottom left hand corner. Right now it's playing back the video of the date and time that you specified. The playback you're watching right now actually recorded someone walking their dog in front of our yard, and the dog pooped, but the person didn't pick up. Not very nice of that person, but the security system recorded it. Now let's say if you want to download the video clip to your computer, on each camera you'll see a scissors icon for cut. Click on that. Once you click on that, at the bottom timeline you have 2 scissors that you can scroll on this timeline. You specify a start time and an end time. Next you can select the download icon right here. Click on yes. Now if you want to know where your downloaded video file is saved, go to the settings icon at the top right hand corner. So under download path and capture path, you can specify your own folder if you want to. So here's my folder with the video file. You can double click on it and play it. And right now you're watching the downloaded video clip, and it's an MPEG-4 file. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and for those of you who might be interested in getting a security system installed in your home, I hope this video will give you an idea what's involved. Now overall, I really like this Reolink system. It's very simple to set up. Everything is plug and play. The only difficult part, and something that might be challenging for some people, is running the wire from the camera location back to the NVR box. Now some of you might ask, what about Wi-Fi camera? Well, Wi-Fi camera is not completely cordless because the camera itself also need to have a power supply connected. So let's say if you were to install a Wi-Fi camera outside at the top of the house, you got to think about where you're going to get the power to power up the camera. Just something to keep in mind. I do like this PoE or Power over Ethernet cabling system. I like this a lot better than the older system where it uses a BNC connector for the video and a separate power connector for the power. Having only a single Ethernet cable to run to each camera makes the installation a lot cleaner. As for viewing the live video on this Reolink system, I found it to be very easy to set up. Whether you're using the mobile app or the PC client software, the only thing you need to enter is the admin password, and immediately you have access to all the live views. I did not have to enable any port forwarding on my router, so the setup process was very straightforward. The 4 megapixel camera that comes with this system works very well, both daytime and nighttime. Now keep in mind, these cameras don't have a microphone for audio recording, but Reolink do sell other cameras that have a built-in mic to record audio. Now if you want to learn more about the Reolink products, I will include their website in the description below. They also sell their products on Amazon, and I'll include the links for those also. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. If you liked the video, don't forget to click on the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.